Remember Fall Guys? It seems hard to believe, but that game came out 4 years ago. This game swept the gaming world by storm when it came out and had everyone and their mothers playing it because we were all locked inside because of some unnamed reason. It was the battle royale that finally came to shake things up to provide a fun Mario Party-like experience to the genre. It was only available on PlayStation and PC, but it shook the world up. Well, quite a lot of things have happened since then, and they got overtook by another game that everyone liked to play. And then they got bought by the devil. And then they got beat by the super devil. And then they went free. Throughout all of this, I have remained an innocent little creature stuck in my cave playing CS or something. In other words, I've never played Fall Guys before. Well, no better time than now to change that. Is Fall Guys worth playing now? What's it like jumping in for the first time? Let's fall into the rabbit hole. Guys. The game started with a tutorial which I quickly skipped because the only thing you do in this game is jump and move anyways. I skipped past the cringe and went into a few cosmetics I had for some reason to at least have a little bit of swag. If you remember from back in the day, one of the main appeals of this game was your ability to just earn cosmetics by winning. Well, guess what? It's just Fortnite now. Pay $10 and you can be SpongeBob and Among Us. There's also like a million modes now besides the normal ones, but I decided to just do duos for today. As I loaded into my first match, the first round was a map called DoorDash. This is one of the ones I've seen before, with the objective being to go through the right doors and reach the end. Seems simple enough, until the physics kill you. Part of both the appeal and the frustration sometimes with Fall Guys is its physics, which can either help you win in situations where it seems impossible or get you stuck in a pile of bodies. I did pretty poorly in this game, but with the way squad rankings worked, I was able to squeak by. I guess the game takes an average of your squad's placement and uses that to determine where you place, which is honestly a good system. I was worried with multiplayer modes in this game, it would be like super individualistic, but I'm glad that you're still able to play well as a team and have to almost work together. The second mode was a parkour level called Full Tilt, which I hoped wasn't a sign of what was to come for this round. And it wasn't a great start though. Honestly, this level wasn't too bad. The main gimmick with it was the fact that the platforms tilted if people walked on them, and it wasn't that hard to navigate it, and I only made a few mistakes. However, we didn't make it due to my teammate not being able to make it through in time. For my first ever match though, I didn't do too bad of a job. Once I got out though, you know how it is. There's gotta be a battle pass. I got a nasty looking pattern though. Time for the second round. This time we started with a map called Big Fans. Do you know this game was bigger than Jesus?
Jesus does not take a lot of file space then.
All you had to do was jump across some big fans, which was simple enough. Until you turned in the Luffy. I screwed up a few times, but I did end up surviving. It's kind of just a whatever map. The next round was called Track Attack, which was a racetrack where the goal was still just to get to the end. As opposed to other maps that focused on parkouring with precision, this map was littered with boosts to go as fast as possible without slowing down. I actually quite enjoyed the pace of this level, as it actually felt like a race. I give this round the thumbs up, and I survived too. The next round blew my mind though. It was a Sonic map called Bean Hill Zone. The goal was to collect enough rings to qualify for the next round. Normally you see collabs with skins and cosmetics, but I was not expecting to see a map be a collab. This map was actually really tough though. Since you have to compete with other teams to get rings, you often get stuck in places where it's hard to get any rings at all. I sucked at this one, and unfortunately my second run ended right here when I was so close. Still though, I got farther than before, and progress is progress. For round 3, it was a very similar start to most of them, with it just being an obstacle course. This one was called Skyline Stumble and had a neon futuristic theme. This map had some gimmicks like disappearing bridges or disappearing gates and some low gravity zones, all of which I sucked at, especially the pinball-like contraption at the end. I got lucky to survive because I got carried by my teammate. But next round we were back to Track Attack, and this time didn't go good however. I fumbled quite a lot, and even a carry wasn't enough to save this one. I hope the fourth time's the charm. Before that though, I got some free SpongeBob cosmetics, so I guess that's the real win.
We're not gonna win. I haven't won a game in 5 years.
We were back on DoorDash again, and I was feeling confident. This was the one we were gonna win.
Your mom was so dumb. If that Fall Guys was Ohio Riz. Your mom is so old. She plays Stumble Guys. Your mom is so fat. You play with
I locked in and I was right. For at least this round. Now was onto a new obstacle course called Party Promenade. The main gimmicks of this stage were the tubes that sucked you up and spit you out, the cannon in the middle of the level, and these bars that make you jump and hold on to them. I enjoyed this level due to its nice theming and fun obstacles. I didn't make too many mistakes and won the round because of it. This guy had an unfortunate go around though. He's like if you were hacking, but like it made you worse. The next map was called Blastlantis, and I'm gonna keep it real. I did not like this map at all. It was basically just throwing explosive balls at each other and just trying to survive as long as you can. It sounds fun in theory, but felt kinda clunky and uncontrollable in practice. My teammate died and I got hit from a stray bullet, so game over I guess. I just want to win, man. But hey, on the bright side, losing isn't too bad since the rounds and games are honestly pretty quick. My next run into the meat grinder was on a new map called Treetop Tumble. I'm running out of ways to describe these maps, so here's what ChatGPT wrote.
Treetop Tumble is a vibrant and whimsical obstacle course within Fall Guys, a popular multiplayer game known for its colorful and chaotic challenges.
Wait, what? This map was pretty tough though. There were some expanding frogs and rhinos that could easily ruin your run if you weren't paying attention, but I got through all of it in time. It was tough, but this map was actually quite enjoyable. We qualified, and the next map was another obstacle course by the name of Tundra Run, this time with a winter theme. Honestly, other than the theming, this map was pretty unnotable and didn't have any crazy gimmicks. We got through it easily though. The next one though, Big Shots, was a nice change of pace with a balancing board and just trying to avoid debris.
Okay, this one's just avoid getting blasted by the cannons, so this one's really easy.
You just got blasted.
Okay, you failed.
But yeah, it was pretty easy to just sit there and avoid most issues. I did appreciate the break from obstacle courses though. This change of pace continued with a trivia-like game called Some Fruit. You basically just had to count the number of fruits on the map and choose the correct fruit for the correct number. It sounds simple. It was even easier having a partner to count the amount of fruit too. I still managed to screw up at the end though, but it didn't matter because we ended up qualifying. Now was time for the big stage, the final round, Hexaterrestrial. Basically, I just had to stay on top of the disappearing tiles for as long as possible. Let's do this. This was really intense. I almost died a lot of times, and my heart was pounding. I had to win. The claustrophobia also started to kick in too, with the walls coming in. The wrong platform disappeared and I lost. Man, this was a heartbreaker. I got so close. I can't give up now. I have to win for the love of the Chaos for Real YouTube channel. But I need your help. If you like and subscribe, it'll send me energy like a spirit bomb to win this. Or something. Pretty please. I put on my Fall Guys pants and I was ready to work. Enough games. It's time to win. Gate crash. Avoid the gates. Simple enough. I suck. I can't win. Michael Jordan lost his first game. Don't fact check that. I'm locked in. Fall Guy.
What?
Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Fall Guy.
Fall guy.
Fall Guy.
Fall guy.
Fall Guy. Big fans. I'm a big fan of winning. Too bad I showed up to the national losing convention. But it doesn't matter because I qualified. Tundra Run. Nah, I'd never run from the grind. Qualified. A new one called Puzzle Path. You have to solve the little puzzle to find the right way. They gave me a puzzle one time. I solved it with pieces that haven't even been invented yet. With a little help from my friend, I got it. I'm so good, the enemies want to be my friend. Another one. Block Party. All I had to do was jump and avoid some walls. They invited me to a block party once, and I came out of there being called Goddamn Mutombo. Now it was time for the finals, and I was gonna be like AI. I'm gonna step over them, and I'm still gonna win the ring. The Hexa Ring. This was like the last finals, but instead on a rotating cylinder. I don't even know what a cylinder is. My partner died. I appreciated the carry here, but nah, this is my time to shine. 1v1. In the ISO. They know to never leave me one-on-one. They can't guard me.
they get the ball back, they will win the game. They will drop a game winner. I'm dancing on CP3. Spin move!
Oh my gosh.
That's a murder!
They called the honey factory and they said they ran out because they were pouring it all on me. Sorry for the sequence for the non-basketball watching viewers out there. In summary, I did good and won. I accomplished all I wanted in life. I really am the fall guy. I played one more match after that I didn't win, but I got what I wanted out of the game. After watching me play this for a bit, that might leave you with the question of, should I play this? I'm not going to do the wishy-washy stuff I usually do. Play the game. It's free and it was a blast to play. There's some issues like progression and some buggy physics here and there, but if you treat the game like a fun little party game to play with your friends, I don't see why you shouldn't at least give this game a shot. Even if it isn't in its prime, its fun never really left, and it feels like a continuation of some of the games I grew up with, like Doritos Crash Course. So it gives me some nostalgia with that. And hey, it's better than Stumble Guys. Even if this game doesn't have Mr. Beast, at least it isn't pay to win. And you also want to enjoy this game before it gets sucked up into the Fortnite metaverse demon dimension, but that's a topic for another video. Thanks for sticking around until now. If you're here, it really helps my channel if you hit like and subscribe on the video and maybe even the notification bell. It tells me what vids you guys like and don't like and helps me know what I should make more of. These next 3 months are going to be big for the channel, so if you want to stay up to date with that, the best way is through my Discord linked in the description. I would love to see you there. You can also join my Patreon or as a YouTube member if you really want to show some love. Just like the awesome people, Fungus, Mr. Bungicide, Slack, and Master Necro. My name is Chaos For Real, and I'm following... Are you sure this is the right script? If you say so. I am Chaos For Real, and I'm falling for guys?